What's up, guys? Just want to make sure that the video started, the live stream started. Nice. Okay, perfect. So let's jump right into it. Let's start with coin market cap. So I got a bunch of news I want to share with you guys, but let's check the price of Bitcoin, which is at 62.83, and you got the market cap at 191. I think Bitcoin's coming close to its support, so 6,000 or 5,900. That's where I think the strong support we have. So I would buy there, and I'd put a stop loss right under, or I would set my longs to go from there, because we've reacted pretty well at these types of price ranges, and we've only fell under 6,000 for maybe 50 hours or something like that. So we got some strong support there, but if we break down, then that wouldn't be good. So let's get right into the news. India's Supreme Court hearing is today. So if you guys don't know, India banned bank accounts or banks to facilitate crypto services. So I have a lot of friends from India. I have a lot of trader friends in India that are not able to access, like, trade crypto to fiat or buy crypto anymore, and I think some of the exchanges have went down too. So this is huge for the crypto ecosystem in India. We need them to approve all of this and, you know, restore the trading, restore the services, because India has a lot of people, you know, a lot of, you guys know that they have a huge population. I was going to say they have a huge market cap, but I'm thinking crypto. Now they have a huge population, and, you know, if everybody put in $1, that's a lot of money. So I know there's a lot of fucking rich people there too with loaded pockets. So if they want to join crypto, I think that they should allow them instead of banning it, because we've seen what happens when countries ban it. Let's say China, for instance. Chinese people are using VPNs and they're using Tether to bypass the ban. So it's like, you guys are not going to stop it by banning it. This is why Bitcoin came to live, because governments like you guys trying to force people what they can and can't do with their money. It's like, fuck off. You guys can't tell me I can't trade Bitcoin, you know what I mean? Or buy Bitcoin. I can do whatever I want with my money to an extent, you know what I mean? So Chinese residents are using VPNs and Tether and offshore exchanges. I think trading has went down significantly there, but they are still, it says 33% of trading volume has diminished, but they're still trading, you know what I mean? They're not going to wipe it out. And what kind of fines are they going to give if somebody's caught trading, you know what I mean? Are they going to knock his door down, arrest him, and steal his crypto? It's just like, you guys are criminals. The government, you know, if it's not their way, you can't get it your way, you know. The government really screws you on that. If you guys are familiar with OkEx exchange, breaking news, he got arrested today in China for digital currency fraud. So if you're using OkEx, if you're using the exchange, I would want you to withdraw your funds, you know what I mean? You do not want to get caught up in something like this and potentially lose your funds. So you have been warned. If you're using OkEx, I think it's the second biggest crypto exchange right now. I suggest that you move your funds, you liquidate your trades, or just move those to a different exchange or to your own wallet. If you're holding on an exchange, think about holding on a wallet, because I've lost money on exchanges that I thought were good, and they disappear the next day, and your funds are just stolen or frozen, and there's no chance of recovery. It happened to me on CoinsMarket, happened to me on BitGrail with the Nano hack. So I've learned to hold my assets on a wallet. I recommend Bid5 Wallet. That's www.bid5.info, unhackable wallet. This is a good study that I was looking at. 72% of cryptocurrency investors plan to buy more this year. But most of these guys are buying at the top. They're waiting way too long, or getting into the wrong price. You know what I mean? I find that a lot of people start buying when a coin goes 500x or 1000x. You know, we saw that last bull market. It's like, people are asking me, should I buy this coin? I'm like, dude, it already did 10x. Like, you know, why are you looking at this? You're kind of too late. If you weren't in it already, I wouldn't recommend it. Then they end up buying at the top. So I'd recommend buying coins that are at the end of their market cycle, and I'm gonna pick a coin today. I'm gonna try and share a couple coins with you guys in the next following days. Maybe every time we do this, I'll share a coin that I think will do good. So I have one at the end. You guys could probably see it at the end of my tab. This is pretty cool too. So if you didn't think about this, every ICO most ICOs accepted Ethereum for their ICOs, obviously. So a lot of them had these war chests of Ethereum, like a whole lot of them. And you would think that most of these guys had the fiduciary responsibility to, if they're to cash out for their investors. So let's say that this company raised $50 million and they got that $50 million in Ethereum. At that point, that $50 million could have reached 60, 70, 80, and when would have they cashed out? You know what I mean? They got $50 million from their investors. Now they have $80 million in cryptocurrency because of the gains of Ethereum. So do you think that ICO should have taken out the 50 when they got it, or should they kept it in Ethereum? Because now there are ICOs that are holding Ethereum at a huge loss. So that 50 million target can now be sitting at 20 or 15 million. So their investors are at a loss, their company's at a loss. So see, these are some of the ICOs that haven't sold their Ethereum. You got Tezos, Genesis, Filecoin, which was one of the biggest ICOs. I think $250 million. Golem, GNT, Manetha. And then here's a list, which is pretty funny, of ICOs that have more Ethereum than their market cap. So the dollar amount of Ethereum they're holding is more than their market cap, which is pretty crazy. So you got Aragon, Singular, DTV, Genesis, First Blood, Manetha, and the list goes on. So what do you think? Do you think they should have sold their Ethereum as soon as they got it, or do you think they should have held it? But if ICOs got greedy trying to hold Ethereum, to $2,000, thinking it's going to go to 3 or 4, and now they're holding this loss, I think they do owe those rights to the investors to sell out. Cryptocurrency is being introduced everywhere. Banks are trying to incorporate it. We got soccer teams now incorporating this, and it's pretty cool. They are making a cryptocurrency for their supporters. So if you support a club or a soccer team, now you can earn cryptocurrency by just showing your love, which is pretty cool, because if you're a soccer fan and you're already going crazy for your soccer team, now you can make some money. Imagine doing that for any sport. So I think that cryptocurrency is going to be introduced to a lot of industries. These guys already have a French team, Paris Saint-Germain football, PSG, and they're trying to work with bigger clubs in the UK, Italy, Spain, and Germany. So also Sportcaster.com, I know they're releasing an ICO that I hopped on a podcast with. He already has a bunch of teams that are rolling out their own token, which they can incentivize these supporters, you know what I mean, and give them VIP access to some things, like maybe pre-training or pre-game and whatever it is, just by showing their love. So crypto is just blowing up everywhere. It's crazy. And since I'm from Canada, I wanted to share this because this is pretty cool. Canada got its first mutual fund trust, which is a Bitcoin fund. So if you have a TFSA account or you're putting savings away, you can now, this is only if you're an accredited investor. So accredited investor in Canada, I believe you need $1 million in assets without any $1 million plus. So that's not including your debts. Also, or you need 200,000 net a year, or 300,000 in the first year, I believe, something like that. So if you're an accredited investor, you can now start investing into units and shares of this mutual fund, because a lot of people are afraid of investing in crypto. There's so much uncertainty, so much scams, hacks, thefts, fraud, people that don't have the time, or they have so much money maybe in another industry they're making, they can now just put it in a mutual fund, which is relatively safe, in a TFSA account, which has tax benefits, and they can start they can start enjoying the gains from cryptocurrency depending on what these guys are planning to return or to invest in. But this is a safer way for people to invest their money into cryptocurrency if they have no idea about it, and if they don't care, to look into it or do the work themselves, they'll just throw it in here. So the company is called First Block Capital. So if you're an accredited investor watching this, check them out. Start putting your money in there. Put it slowly, do your research and whatnot. But this is pretty cool. It's our first, it got status as the first mutual fund in Canada for Bitcoin. So it's positive news. Everybody is incorporating crypto. And I said I'm going to share a coin. I know you guys think this is a shit coin, but Tron has some huge possibilities. It's it's under 2 cents. So it's at 0.015 right now, is what I believe. And in the Bitcoin value, it's at 293 Satoshis. It's almost, on this chart, it's coming down to the cheapest price it has ever been. So let's look at the possibility. Even if you start buying from here, I'm not saying go all in, but at the top here, it's 265%. Like I said, I'm not saying go all in, but if you start buying piece by piece, even from here, back down to this high, that's a good 30%. You can make that in a few days if we get a bounce. And people are seeing 5-10% in a year. You can make 30% in a few days. Why I like this coin? I think it is going to come back down a little bit. I'm not going to go into too much analysis, but why I like this coin is because it moved to its own blockchain. It's offering $1 billion in incentives for other cryptocurrencies to join its blockchain. On top of that, storing Tron on the Tron wallet and staking, you get a ton of airdrops and you get a lot of free Tron. So while you buy low, get free Tron, accumulate it in the wallet, and when it goes back up, now you've made money on the free Tron you got and on the gains from the low price. Like I said, people like to buy up here. Yo, Tron did 10x, should I buy here? It's like, no, you should not, ever. And it's like, people are afraid to buy here because it's depressed, anger, capitulation, whatever it is. They wait until they see a huge movement to start buying. But I think these are the accumulation phases where you start buying a little bit at a time. It gets cheaper, buy a little bit more, and you'll make up for the free Tron you're getting. So when Ethereum first came out, they offered, I believe, OMG drop, airdrop, and you got thousands of them, and they hit $20, I believe. So it's like, imagine getting 1,000, 2, 3, 4,000 coins for free, and that coin hits $20. It's like, wow. It's crazy. Cryptocurrency is crazy. So that's it. Please subscribe, like, comment. If you want to see anything specific, let me know. I got a ton of value coming to you guys from trading, technical analysis, ICO opportunities. I'm going to be doing this news broadcast in the morning every day if possible, unless I'm traveling. So that's about it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm